Hello there. Welcome back to Financial Accounting N5. In this video, we want to look at a question from a past exam paper. And this question is on branch accounting. So we are going to look at question 2 on this question paper. Our question reads, KZ Traders is a branch in Kwakwat's. Since the branch at cost price, it means they don't need for us to open the branch adjustment account. Remember, the branch adjustment account will transfer amounts in the branch adjustment account at selling price. And then we also enter the amount at markup. The markup, remember, if we say our cost price plus our markup, we get our selling price. So in this case, there is no need for us to adjust for that, since stock is dispatched to the branch at cost price. So very important. So our next sentence reads cash is transferred to head. This is the information that we have. And then beneath that, the following information relates to branch transactions for the year ending 29 February 2016. So you have got information that you are given there in the form of a list of balances. So you need to go through the information before you attempt the question. So all the required parts, use the information given and prepare the following accounts in the general ledger of the head office. Balance the accounts on 29 February 2016, the end of the financial year. So the first part of the question, we are going to prepare branch debtors account, and then lastly, the branch profit and loss. So if we go to our other section, you see that we have those accounts already there. So we've got the branch stock account, and then the branch debtors, and the branch bank account. And we also have the other two accounts goes to branch account, and we also have branch profit and loss. So obviously, initially we are going to start with our opening balances. So we can only get to our opening balances in the list of balances. So you see that our year is ending 29 February 2016. So very important that you know where the year is ending. Given stock on 1 March 2015. This is the opening balance in the branch stock on 29 February 2016, indicating in the branch stock account. So we will enter the closing balance and after we have finished entering. So this is what stock on 1 March 2015, 29 February 2016. So we can start by entering this opening balance of 3,520 in the branch stock account. So if you come in, I'd say that this is our branch stock account. So we are going to say on the debit side, that's why we have opening balance is our balance. On that we have is 3,520. So basically, this is what we have. Then we go back to see other opening balances that we are given. So if you come in, you would see that beneath that we have got cash in hand on 1 March 2015, which is 12,016. And we are going to see that this is going to be the opening balance in bank on when we enter it after we completed entering all the is 12,060. So we look for the branch bank account. So you'll see that this is our branch bank account. So you can go to the debit side. Remember, this is an asset. It's got normal debit balance. So we put a balance BT is 12,060. And then we can as well try to go to the next balances. We are having sundry data at 80, but we are not given the closing balance. So it means the closing balance for sundry data will find it as a balancing figure. So basically, what we have, so we can indicate in terms of our opening balance is 8,008. So we look for the branch data account. So if you come here, you see that the branch data account, we have it here. So we can show as our balance BT, the normal debit balance. So 8,080, sorry, 8,080. Then we go to the next sheet from head office, 11,280. So what you need to do is to identify double entry involved when we have goods received from head office. So you're going to see that the double entry that is there, we are supposed to debit the branch stock, since the branch is going to receive the stock. So we debit the branch stock, and we are supposed to credit goods to branch. Debit branch stock and credit the goods to branch account. So let's take note of the double entry that is there. So we have all the two accounts are there. So we're just going to enter such. So we'll start by entering on the debit side of the branch stock account. So this is our branch stock account. So we go to the debit side, and we are saying goes to branch. That's the other account because of the amount 280. So we can enter such 11,280. Then from there we can now go to the other account, which is the goes to branch account, which is supposed to be now credited. So we come here, goes to branch. This is the goes to branch account, and we are saying we are supposed to credit it. So we go to the credit side of the goes to branch, and we are saying a branch stock. Remember, we did a branch stock, so that's the name that we are supposed to put here. Branch stock 280. So basically, we have completed our double entry. So going to the next head office. Remember, when we received from head office, we debited the branch. So when they are now returns, it means the branch stock is now supposed to be credited with 280. And then the one that is now going to be the corresponding entry is the debit entry in the goods to branch with 280 again. So basically, that's the double entry. So we have all the two accounts in our required section. So you're going to complete the double entry according to accounts that are given. So we start by entering on the debit side of the goods to branch. So we go to goods to branch stock 80. And then we go. So if you go to the branch stock account, we come to the credit side. So we now see goods to branch 180. And then we go to the next transaction given, which is now on cash report. So on cash sales, when we receive the debit branch stock, when there are sales now, goods are going out, so we're supposed to credit the branch stock account. We credit the branch stock account, and since it's cash sales, it means what is going to be affected is bank. We are going to receive money by selling, so we are going to debit the branch bank account for the money that is going to be received after cash sales. So we are saying we credit branch stock account, then we debit the branch bank account with 7,840. So all the accounts we have them in our question. So we are going to complete the double entry. So we start by the branch stock account. Go to the credit side. We are saying a branch bank. So basically, this is what we have. Then we go to the branch bank account and debit 7,840. So we come here, we come to the branch bank account, and we debit 7,840, and it's from branch stock, and we have 7,840. So from there, we can now be able to see in terms of the next one. The next one, we've got credit sales. So credit sales again, there are goods that are going out. So we credit again the branch stock account, but we now debit the branch data since they are credit sales. So remember, whenever they are credit sales, there is creation of data. So we're supposed to debit the branch debtors account, and the amount that we have is 13,780. So you're going to see that all the two accounts, we have them again in the question. So we're just going to make the corresponding entries according to the accounts that we are given. So we can start by the one that we are supposed to debit. We are supposed to debit the branch debtors and then create the branch stock account. So we start by debiting branch debtors. To look for branch debtors. So come here, and then we are saying branch stock. So basically, this is what we have. So having that now, we make the corresponding entry whereby we are going to credit the branch stock account. So come here, we go to the credit side, whereby we have branch status with an amount of 13,780. Then from there, we can now be able to go to the next one, which is now discount to customers, which is 310. So this is basically discount allowed. We are going to have our discount allowed. So obviously, our discount allowed, we are supposed to remember discount allowed reduces the amount that has been paid by the debtor. So when the debtor pays, and when the money has been given a discount that is being paid by the debtor, the reduction is the discount allowed. So we are supposed to credit the branch debtors account, credit the branch debtors account, and we debit the branch discount allowed account. Maybe we can try to put that double entry down, whereby we are saying we debit and we credit, then we credit the branch debtors. So that's the double entry for discount debtors. So according to information given, branch discount allowed is not there. So we're not going to make. So you just go to the credit side of the branch debtors and put our 310. So here we can now go to the credit side of branch debtors, and we are seeing branch discount allowed. Branch discount allowed. And the amount is 310. So the corresponding entry of debiting branch discount allowed, we're not going to make it since we discount allowed is not part of our question. So we go to the next one. We now have returns from customers, 240. Returns from customers, 240. So you'll see that now we have previously sold the goods to customers, and now we are receiving and they are making returns. So basically, from there, from that point of view, you can try to see in terms of the double entry that we did on the credit sales, whereby we credited the branch stock account, and then we debited the branch debtors account. But when they are now returns, it's now the opposite. We are now debiting the branch stock account since these are goods that are coming back in stock. So we debit the branch stock account, and then we credit the branch and debtors account with that same amount of 240. So basically, we can start with the one that we are debiting, which is going to be the branch stock account. So for the branch stock account, we go to the debit side and we are saying branch debtors, and then we can just add 240. And then the corresponding entry credit branch debtors account. So they're just going to say branch stock. So basically, this is what we have. So we can now try to go to the next entry that is supposed to be made, which is what cash received from debtors at 13,800. So on cash received from debtors, we have an amount of what? Sorry, yes, 13,800. So basically, the double entry that is involved, we are supposed to credit branch debtors. Remember, when we sold goods on credit, we debited branch debtors. So when the debtors are now paying the amount that they are owing, we are now crediting branch debtors, and then we debit branch bank since we are receiving money. So this is 13,800. So we start with the one that is going to be debited, which is the branch bank account with 13,800. So this is our branch 800, and the corresponding entry. Here it's branch debtors. Branch debtors. So we now go to the credit side of branch debtors and put 13,800. So branch debtors we have it here. So you go to the credit side and we say branch bank, and then it's 13,800. So this is the amount that we have. Then from there we can now be able to see the next one, which is now expenses paid by the branch. So we've got wages 600. We've got telephone 3,690. We've got municipal expenses 4,250. So we are going to also complete double entry in terms of those expenses. We are also going to complete double entry according to those expenses. So since we are paying, obviously it's payment that is going to be made using our cash. It's payment that is going to be made using our cash. So we are going to credit the bank branch bank account with the amount of the expenses, and then we debit the expense account. So basically the double entry involved on all these expenses, wages, telephone, and municipal expenses only. Beneath that, we've got branch expenses, so we are not going to indicate them in this one, and we only take the ones that will debit the branch break. Branch is an expense account, telephone account is expense account, municipal expenses is also an expense account. So according to requirements of the question, we are not given the space to bank account with all the expenses expense account. So we can just take note of the amounts whereby the wages we've got 600, telephone 3,690, and then municipal expenses we've got 4,270. So we go to the credit side of the branch bank and list them. So we go there, branch bank, we come to the credit side. So we start with our branch wages, which we identify the amount is 600. Then we go to our branch telephone, 90. And then we go to branch municipal expense. Branch municipal expense, we've got, we can just try to cross check. Branch municipal expense is 4,270. We have. So this is what we have. And then we say the corresponding entry for these for the three expenses, whereby you go to open branch wages and then you debit 600, branch telephone, debit 3,790, and then branch municipal expense, you debit 4,270. But we are not asked to open those accounts within the context of the question. So we can just leave the corresponding entries that has to be made. So we go to our next transactions. So we see that beneath that now, these ones will only appear in the branch profit and loss account, since they are expenses of the branch. So in the branch profit and loss account, they will appear, but in the branch bank account, they don't appear. So we are going to list them in the branch profit and loss account. So having entered that now, we can now be able to go to our branch profit and loss and enter in terms of what is required in the branch profit and loss. So if you come here, you see that this is our branch profit and loss account. So we are going to list all the expenses, that is starting from wages to salary expenses. All the expenses will come to the debit side of the profit and loss. So let's take note that in the profit and loss account, in the profit and loss expenses. So this is salary expenses, and we have their amounts are there stated here from 600 to 3,700. So we go there to the credit side, and now we are saying, sorry, we go to the debit side of the profit and loss, and we are saying branch wages 100. Then the next one, we've got 3,690. Branch municipal 1,270. And then the next one is 100. Of 3,700. 3,700. So we also have another expense that is stated there. Remember, if you go back to the question, you're going to see that we also have the issue of discount to customers 310. This is a discount allowed, and it's an expense. It's also supposed to be on the debit side of the branch profit and loss. So we come in, we say branch discount allowed 310. Well, we have 310. Right? So from there, we can now be able to go back. There is an amount that is supposed to come from branch stock account to a branch profit and loss account. So we go back to the accounts that we have. We can start with the branch stock, whereby we still have the closing balances. Remember that we indicated here. We have got branch stock credit closing balance is 3,270, which is going to be our balance CD. So we come here now. It's supposed to appear our balance CD in the branch. It's obviously it has to appear on the credit side, since we are having PT on the debit, so CD will be and we have 3,000. 270. So this is what we have. So from there, we can now be able to balance it by putting our double lines. So by putting our double lines, remember, if you add the total of the debit and credit and try to see which one is greater, you are going to see that the total for the credit side is greater, with a total of 25,000 that should come to the credit side as the greater total. The debit is smaller. So to get the balancing figure, you're going to say 25,170 minus 240 minus 11,208 minus 3,520, and you get a balancing figure of 10,100 profit and loss, which is indicating this figure. So account with the balancing figure of branch profit and loss of 10,130, and the corresponding entry is to credit profit and loss account with 10,130. So we go to profit and loss account. We go to the credit side. We are now saying branch stock on the credit side. And we have an amount of 10,130. And then it means we have completed all the entries that should be in the branch profit and loss. So we can put our double lines again. So if you take note, this is an account, so we should balance it. So if we add the total of 22,370, which is supposed to come again with credit side to get the balancing figure, you are going to get a figure of 12,240, which is supposed to be transferred to the head office profit and loss. So here the description that we have is head office profit and loss. So we can take note of that. So which means we've completed our branch profit and loss. Remember, the profit and loss does not have to have a balance CD and BD at the end. So this is what we have. The balancing figure, we have to transfer it again. We transfer it again to head office profit and loss. Sorry, to head office profit and loss. So basically, this is what we have. Then we can now go account by account, starting from our first account. We balanced it. So we go to the next one. We've got the branch debtors account. So if you go back to the question, in terms of branch debtors, we are only given the balance at the beginning. So it means the balance at the end, we are going to find it as a balance figure in the question that we have. So that's what we have. So we can put our double lines. Or having put our double lines, we can now do the procedure of adding total of the debit and credit. You're going to see that the total of the debit is the greater total with 21,860. So this is what we have. And then having done that, if you subtract everything on the credit, you get the balancing figure. You say 240 minus we subtract 310 again. You're going to see that the amount that you are going to get is going to be 7,510. And this is going to be your balance CD. And remember, it is also to appear the opposite side below the double lines is our BD. So we are now saying balance. This is what we have on this one. And we can move on to the next one, which is branch and bank account. So on the branch bank account again, we try to see in terms of if we have a closing balance of the branch bank account, we come here, we see that we have got a closing balance of 10,500. So it's going to be a CD, which obviously will come to the opposite side on the branch bank account. So we are going to have a CD. We can maybe put it here as a balance CD. As a balance CD. And the amount that we have is 10,500. Can we just leave a space and then put our double lines? So having put our double lines, we do the same procedure, add the total of the debit and the credit, and see which one is greater. But if you see that they are not the same, it means there is a balancing figure. Remember, total of the debit and credit should be the same. So if there is a differential, if there is a balancing figure. So in this case, if there's a balancing figure, we are supposed to transfer it to the head office bank account. So if you add the total of the debit and the credit, you'll see that the debit is got a greater total of 33,000, right? And you now subtract to get a balancing figure, which is supposed to go to the head office bank account. So this is the head office bank. And then if you subtract 33,700 minus everything that we have on the credit, you get a balancing figure of 14,640. So it means we have finished this one, but we have a CD here, which means we are supposed to have a BD the other side. So here we have a balance BD of this one. So this is what we have on this part. We go to the next account, and that needs to be balanced. Obviously, it's now our goods to branch account. So on our goods to branch account, any balancing figure that we have has to be transferred to the head office trading account. We take note of that. So we can put our double lines. We only have two entries, one on the credit. So by mere looking, you can see that the credit side is to pay 11,280 minus 280, then you are going to get a balancing figure back to head office trading account. Head office trading. So this is one thing. Remember, we've already finished in terms of branch profit and loss. So this is what we have, guys, according to this video. Hopefully, the video was helpful. More typical examination questions on branch accounting will be uploaded on this channel, so that we adequately prepare for the upcoming exam. So please, let's not forget to subscribe and share to our channel. Let's not forget to share the link to our colleagues who are doing financial accounting N5. More typical examination questions will be uploaded. Let's stay tuned. As for this video, I'm signing out. Let's meet again in the next video.